Welcome to Fidan Talk, Monday night dinner, and we're having steaks. Not just any steaks, porterhouse steaks, cooked in the air fryer. And because I had to work back late, well, it's not true. It's deliberately. I deliberately worked back late because the kids are at my sister's house, which means we're child free tonight, just hubby and I. So we're going to have these 2 steaks. I'm going to cook some rice. This is leftover rice from Friday night. I know it's Monday. Don't worry about it. We're going to fry the shit out of it. We're going to make some fried rice. And in the fried rice, I'm going to add some of these. Last time I called these shallots, everyone said they're not shallots, Fidan. They're scallions, or they're spring onions. But this says shallots bunch. So I call them shallots. Anyway, I'm going to fry some of these with the old rice, and I've chucked that out of the cupboard, peas and corn, and then we're just going to fry it up, and that's going to be rice. So rice, steak, and asparagus. I've got in the fridge. I'll cook the asparagus as well. And then I found this in the cupboard, sliced mushrooms in butter sauce. And try that as well, because this is Fidan's shortcut dinner. All right, let me take my jacket off and we'll get sorted. Okay, so let's get the steaks out. I'm going to marinate them. I know we've got this butter thing. What sort of butter is it? With black pepper and thyme butter. But I'm going to add a little bit of salt and oregano and lemon, because red meat and lemon is the way I like to marinate my meat. So I'll marinate it. Salt, big whole people. This is garlic seasoning. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oops. Don't worry about it. So, yeah, started school holidays today in New South Wales, and my sister graciously offered to babysit my children. And the kids love going there because they get to play with their cousins, and she's a very fun auntie. She does lots of fun things with them. So, and she sends me pictures throughout the workday, which I love. Reminds me of when my kids had a nanny, right? So when it's rather a long story, I don't particularly want to tell it, but in short, when I was pregnant with my kids, I had them preemie, right, 26 weeks. And the kids were due in like May, like the end of May, May 30, I think. But I ended up having them in February, right? I basically had my twins when I was 6 months pregnant. And I had organised my maternity leave. I was supposed to go on maternity leave, of course, when the kids came, which was like May. But of course, the kids came, they were preemie, so I had to take my maternity leave in like February, and the kids were in the NICU. So I was on mat leave for 6 months, but my kids were in the NICU. So it was weird because I'd go home at night and, I didn't have my children, they were in the NICU. And I was pumping milk and then delivering the milk to the hospital every day and sitting with the kids in the NICU. Anyway, it was all very traumatising. Why am I telling you this story? Oh, yes, because I had a nanny organised for the children for 4 days a week. I went back part-time. 4 days a week I worked. I had Fridays. And I had a nanny who looked after the children from 6 months old, but keep in mind, they were basically, because they were preemie, you talk about the age, the corrected age. Anyway, from about August, when they were born, 2019, the full-time nanny who looked after my children, other than Fridays when I looked after them, until they were 3. They had that nanny, right? And during the day, she would send me, this isn't particularly juicy, this lemon, she would send me lots of updates throughout the day, lots of great pictures of my children. So today it felt like that. It felt like the days when I had a nanny, get lots of updates about what the kids are up to. Wonderful. All right. I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing. Did I marinate that? I feel like I must have marinated it. Don't worry about it. All right, I have this air fryer, which is a small air fryer, but I feel like, are they going to fit in there? I might have to use the big one. They'll fit. Okay, so we're going to cook this steak in the air fryer. I'm going to drizzle with a touch of oil, and we'll put the butter in just towards the end. Let's put this on, and then we'll get the rice going. Okay, I've just given them a quick wash, and we're going to put the onion bit in the bowl, and then the green bit we're going to keep separate. We'll do it later. So kids with my sister, hence we're child free, and I went to work at 7 o'clock this morning. Back in the old days when I used to get up early and head to work, I'm a morning person. I'm so productive in the mornings. But by the evenings, I kind of lose steam. So I could have, I did work back late, but I could have, there was more stuff to do. But I'm like, you know what, I'm a bit brain dead. I have to go home now. 1, I'm hungry. 2, I miss my puppy. And 3, I need to leave the office. I'm just not productive the more time goes on in the evenings. So anyway, they're now all the same size. Whatever, get rid of this. So anyway, I'm home. We're going to watch a movie or something tonight, which will be nice. Kids coming back on Wednesday. My mum's looking after, and then Thursday, Friday they go to childcare because they're not closed, whereas their preschool, their community preschool is closed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Next week, mum's coming over, which will be nice. She'll look after the kids. Let's put this stuff in here. She'll look after the kids next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which would be nice. Spend some time with their nene. Actually, it's a long weekend, so Monday's a public holiday, so mum's coming Tuesday, Wednesday. All right, so I'm going to fry that up in a wok with some oil and this old rice, even though this is already cooked. These are already cooked, just need heating. Oh, and some egg, and I'll fry it all up, and it's going to be a nice Asian-style rice. I know steak's not Asian, it doesn't matter. You can have steak with fried rice, who cares, nobody. I'll get the asparagus out, we'll get that going. That's it, and then a bit of yogurt, man. Yogurt, that's the meal. Okay, there's my rice. I added a dash of soy sauce in there rather than salt. Looking good. Check on the steak. Let's give those a turn. All right, I got the asparagus on. All right, I've added the butter. It's nicely melting. All right, let's see what this looks like. Sliced mushrooms in butter sauce. This will be for me because Happy hates mushrooms. Never had, oh gosh. Oh, it looks a bit mushy. Smells like mushrooms. Do I risk it? Oh no, it's all mush. Or maybe because it's a sauce, in butter sauce. Should have bought fresh mushrooms. Do I try it? Looks like mushroom sauce. All right, let's put it in the microwave and try it. All right, let's dish it out. I'm pretty impressed with this rice. Doesn't that look good? Gosh, that was like the quickest rice I've ever made in my life. And some we can have for leftovers tomorrow. Actually, the kids probably would have enjoyed this rice. Never mind. No, in yesterday's grocery shop video, I didn't buy any yogurt. Everyone was like, oh my God, Fidone, you forgot the Farmers Union yogurt. I didn't forget. I just knew that I had a spare tub. You know, I started buying 4 kilos, so I'd buy 2 tubs. We didn't actually use the other tub, so I knew I had a spare tub in there, which will open tonight. And then the kids aren't here for 2 dinners, so I think we'll be just fine. Shit. All right, that bang was the mushroom sauce. I'll put it on for 3 minutes, way too long. I've tried it, it's disgusting. I'm not going to do it. We'll stick with the yogurt. Okay, the steaks are done. I assume they're medium rare, but who the hell knows? Hubby actually likes his more well than medium. I like mine medium. Some drizzle sauce here. Should I put this the sauce? Presumably that's the butter stuff. It's all flavour. All right, we'll get the asparagus and then the yogurt. Okay, asparagus is done. There we go, finished. Now the yogurt. I've also got some Dijon mustard, which hubby doesn't like, but I like. Yeah, let's put the, which one's going to be mine? That steak's a little bit more well done, so we'll give that to hubby. This one can be mine. Let's count out the yogurt, okay? This will be hubby. Give him 1 scoop of yogurt, and I'll have 2 scoops. 1, 2. All right, that's plenty. No more. Oops. All right, I'll put some mustard, get my Coke, and dinner is served. Okay, that one's for hubby, and that one's for me.